Alright, what's good, ladies and gentlemen viewers? 'Tis I, ManicTheNobody, and no, you did not miss a video. I went on a brief hiatus. Also, I recorded another video before this, but again, I lost the audio track. Well, not lost. I had my microphone muted the whole time like an idiot. But, I figured you guys wouldn't really care if you just missed 2 airs. So, basically what I bought while you were gone was 3 health ups. Yeah, 3 health ups. That's all. Also, I found a vampire rune for my cape, and that's about it. What we've got here is, I'll let you see the stats. We've got a Lich Queen, Lady Shanoa, with baldness and EDS, which was the best I could come up with. And basically, what I've decided to start doing with my videos is, instead of just doing 3 airs cut and dry every single video and then usually ending up killing off the 3rd air really quickly so that I can get on with my day, I've decided that if the first 2 airs of the video get up to Divine, then there will be no 3rd air. Well, I don't know what the rank below Divine is. It may be Legendary. Oh, also, I unlocked a new journal entry, so I'll go ahead and read that for you as well. Journal entry number 20.
I thought I knew what darkness was, but here in the dungeon the darkness has a voice.
It calls me through the gates, and around corners. It taunts me.
The darkness is so thick it is almost tangible, and the beasts here have made it their home. They move swiftly through the corridors and are more terrifying than anything I've ever fought.
I must be prudent and choose my battles carefully. Being confrontational now may cost me my life. Well, that's what you missed with that. And in other news, recently I have purchased into the Digital Collector's Edition pre-order of Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. I'm real excited for it. I hope you guys are just as excited for it as I am. And I may record some videos on it, but it really just depends on what feedback I get. What I'll do, since I've been running the benchmark and it's been giving me really low scores on pretty low settings, what I'll do is I'll record a video and I'll upload, I'll record multiple very short videos with different settings, and I'll see which ones, I'll put them all in one video and I'll let you guys vote in the comments or whatever, wherever you want to vote. If I've managed to make my website look better by then and fixed it up so that there's more things on it than just a very basic homepage and whatnot, then I'll put the poll there. Otherwise, it'll just be in the comments of the video. Just tell me which one you like and I'll tally it all up. It won't be that hard to tally up comments, since I only have around 2 people that reliably watch my videos basically every single time. And, well, not basically every single time. I have 2 people that have watched my videos, basically. And what's gonna go on is, if you're fine with any of the settings, if there's any particular setting that I can get that's comfortable to record at, comfortable to play at, and everybody else likes it, then I will do some videos for Final Fantasy XIV, assuming that there's no, royalties or anything, assuming that I can monetize the video without a hassle. As you've noticed, I've stopped putting out Guild Wars 2 content, mostly because I just haven't played Guild Wars 2 in a long time, but also because Guild Wars 2 doesn't allow you to monetize YouTube videos. And I know I'm not really just in it for the money, but I prefer to make videos on monetizable games. If I'm gonna make a big set of videos on it, I prefer the games to be monetizable. If Final Fantasy XIV is not monetizable, what I'll do is I'll just record a couple of short little videos, every now and again, and I won't put any ads on them or anything, and it'll be knock good. Maya and Miguel. You guys remember that cartoon? It was like a kids cartoon from the mid-2000s zeros. I watched a lot of kids cartoons in those days for some reason. My sister was obsessed with kids cartoons. She started college in 2010. She's always really liked kids cartoons. I really don't know what it is about them, but like, just little kids, you know, PBS Saturday morning cartoons, she always liked those. And so, yeah, that's my go-to phrase, in case you guys hadn't caught on. So, yeah, or whatever it was that I said. Doomtrid. These things are annoying. You know what I'll do? I'll activate them all, and then show you all this new spell. Okay, there are only two. So I'll show you this new spell. Crow Star. Sends out crows that damage every enemy on screen. It's a very costly ability. It costs 37 mana per cast. I don't know how... Oh, I'm down to 63. That's right. But yeah, so the ability costs 37 mana per cast, so it's best used on rooms where there are a lot of enemies. Mr. Tall Guard thinks he can guard the chest reliably. Well, I got news for him, mister. I didn't even mean to open that chest. Come on up here. You know you want to. I've got quite a bit of money now. Well, not quite a bit. Double Mimic, double Pupil. This will be a fun room. Whew. Barely survived that one. You know, Crowstorm probably would have been most effectively used here. One hit. That's a shame. I'm gonna die. And I'm not gonna get divine, so this video is probably... Or I'm probably not even gonna get legendary, so this video is probably gonna have 3 airs. Yeah, that room wasn't really worth it. 14 health, my spell only does like 31 damage to an enemy. And it's not worth opening these boxes either. So, what I said in the video that I recorded, but I had my mic muted the whole time like an idiot, one of the things, is that the Steam Summer Sale big deal of the day for the day that this video is going up, the day after this video is being recorded, is going to be Skyrim. Possibly the Legendary Edition, though probably not. Oh, I'm dead. But it's going to be Skyrim. So if you're looking forward to Skyrim but haven't checked the Steam Summer Sale, just know that. Ooh. Valiant. I do not want Vertigo. I really don't want Ectomorphism either, and Paladins are kind of annoying. So not having a map, I guess, is going to be the best option. But you know how it is with Sonya. Sonya wins. I decided to primarily focus on health ups. What was their disadvantage? Oh yeah, no map. Well, no mini-map. Do you still get... I don't know. Actually, is there like... Is this the way the mini-map always is before entering the castle and I've just not noticed it? Probably. I love those 2 gears turning. That's one of my favorite sides. But yeah, no regular map. The mini-map will only show the room that you're currently in. So that's gonna be kind of annoying. Oh, maybe it won't only show the room that you're currently in. Maybe it'll show more. Either way, it's kind of annoying that I don't have a full-size map. And back to what I was saying before I started saying various other things, is that to figure out what tomorrow's Steam Summer Sale of the Day is gonna be, all you have to do is go to store.steampowered.com, and where there's that postcard for today's deal of the day, what you gotta do is underneath it there's a second postcard. I saw this on Reddit, by the way. Full credit goes to whoever posted it here. There's a posted it there. There's a second little postcard behind it, and if you drag that postcard and like drop it in a new tab, you'll be able to see the full picture, and you just have to read it and see what it says. Like, it'll be something about whatever the game is gonna be. Today's postcard is a Skyrim postcard that says Whiterun. It's the Whiterun. It's something to shout about. Dragonborn shouts. Yeah. So that's what's going on with that. That's why that's how I know that Skyrim is going to be on sale. Ooh, make it. Didn't quite make it. So, you know, to each his own. If you want to buy Skyrim, have fun with that. If not, then no need. No. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's the noise that you make when you get knocked out in Street Fighter. Come on, in Street Fighter, especially if you're playing Guile, just go ooh, 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 ooh. Haha. And my axe, body spray for dwarfs. I'm just gonna leave that coin be. Hopefully that doesn't come back to nip me in the buns later on, because that would be a proverbial, well, not really so proverbial, but that would be a mild annoyance if I ended up just needed like 11 more gold. Okay, so I'm gonna have to leave that chandelier there for now. I'll probably get it on the way back down. The way back down is gonna be a pain. It's not even a chandelier, it's on the floor. What you talking about, man? What you talking about? Oh, something else that happened in the video that I had to get rid of because of no audio track that I apologize profusely for, as well as apologizing for my hiatus, is I found a room with the miserly elf that gives you what's basically a lottery, where you pay 25% of your current money, and there are three chests. One of them will contain, in gold, triple the amount of money that you put in, or that you paid. The others will contain nothing. Nothing at all. So, there's a thing about the miserly elf, that he doesn't actually, or he ignores gold gain up multipliers. So, like, I, for instance, would be getting, or did get, as the case was, 11 gold instead of, what's down here? There's not even anything down here. I got 11 gold per piece of gold and 110 gold per bag instead of the normal, 100. Also, I got 550 gold from the diamond instead of just 500. So, there's, like, that's how you get more money if you have the increase in gold gain up, like, from either the gold gain up upgrade from the castle, or being a miner, or having the, whatchamacallem, what is it, having the whatever the runes are called, the bounty runes. So if you were fully decked out with gold gain up, bounty runes and everything, and you were a miner, you could probably make a lot of money on the miserly elf. But here's the thing, well, not here's the thing. The thing is, the miserly elf is only usable once per castle. So even if you lock down the castle, even if you lock down the castle, you can't use the miserly elf more than once in the same castle. Now, that's not to say that he can't somehow show up more than once in a single run. I don't know exactly how that works, but I'm pretty sure you can always only use him once per castle. So no, like, coming back with a miner, full bounty runes and everything, and gambling your money. But if you did have that the first time you found him, well, then you're in luck, because you've more than tripled the money that you put in. Because tripled is what he gives you, like triple 25%. So basically he gives you 75% of your money back. Or 75% of the money that you had before starting, assuming that you win. And so, if you want to get money, that's always a good option, assuming you're lucky enough to find him. But he is a rare room, so... Spikes, man. Not even once. I have a sandwich in my refrigerator that I really want to eat right now. I think I'm gonna do that when the video is over. Also, I've modified some of my settings in both in Rogue Legacy and in my video recording software. So the quality you may notice a minor decrease in, but I'll be getting much better frame rates, which in games that aren't Rogue Legacy, that is, because in Rogue Legacy I for some reason am constantly at 20 FPS even without doing any FPS locking of my own. I don't know if the game like is supposed to lock at 20 FPS and that's what makes it, but it always does end up locking at 20 FPS. Sometimes, like it did just then, it breaks down to like 10 FPS for a couple of seconds, but that's no big deal. I don't know what that giant thing is, but I don't want to find out. But it looks like I have to. Giant axe. What is it? That's no Glacian. That's way bigger than your average Glacian. Getting mana back is easy. Oops, I meant to press W, but I pressed A. Objective complete, yay. So, what's in the chest? Vampire Rune. Helm. I could equip like full vampire rune. Well, I have 3 vampire runes that I could equip at this point. But I prefer being able to double jump over getting 2 additional HP back per kill. And if I plan on killing a boss in a run, what I'll do is I'll find the boss with 1 air. Well, actually, no. If I plan on killing a boss in a run, then I'll find the boss with the air that I plan on killing it with, hopefully. But before going in, I'll de-equip all my blood runes and whatnot and equip something more efficient, because with bosses, you're only like, you know, you're only attacking the one guy unless it's what's-his-face in the forest who spawns in his ads as if he were a World of Warcraft raid boss. Not even a raid boss and not specifically World of Warcraft, as if he was an MMO boss, I should say. World of Warcraft isn't even my favorite MMO, by far. I don't know, I could never really stay in it for more than like a week. Alright, the Maya. But anyway, with bosses, they're usually just like one mob. Now, I don't know if the other bosses are more than that, and if they are, well then I'll know that by the time that I decide to face them, and as such know whether or not I want to equip blood equipment and runes and whatnot. Right now, all I have is the money to buy a rune. Hopefully I don't die here in the Maya. You know, it's getting back to the olden ways. Used to be, when I would stick to the castle and occasionally venture into the forest, I'd be getting divine on every air. But now, in the Maya, where it's more a test of skill, really, than it is a test of level, I'm finding myself much more ill-equipped than I initially believed. Which truly is a shame. Actually, it's more like truly outrageous. Truly, truly outrageous, contagious. Being anything that I want to be, you know. Because that is outrageous. And so are gems. More than just precious stones. I bring you an ancient power. And we've already established that this is going to be a 3-air video. Well, I think it's going to be a 3-air video, but it's felt kind of long. I don't think it was, though, so 3 years it is. Each of my videos from now on is going to be resting more at half an hour than at 40 minutes, like the past few episodes have been. So if that makes you feel any more secure in watching my videos, feel less like you're wasting your time watching some unknown play a video game that basically everybody else on YouTube is playing at this point, then, you know, maybe that extra 10 minutes will help that out, and you'll feel like recommending me to your friends or something. Speaking of which, it would be really nice if you would recommend me to your friends. I mean, I'm not like asking you to or anything. It would be nice if you'd recommend me to anybody, really. Your friends, your enemies, your grandma, your sister's cat. That's a boss. I don't want to fight him, so I'll avoid hitting him, and as such leave that chandelier in the middle untouched. Well, he's not even a boss, he's a mini-boss. Unless, of course, I can read this, in which case he's not a boss. Let me see if I can read it. Oh yeah, I can. It's probably still a boss, though. Developers. Villainous. Development time, 3 months. Release date, April 15th, 2011. Villainous was one of the more risky endeavors we undertook. The initial concept was a reverse tower defense, which sounded like it could be a good idea, but we had a hard time converting could to would. Most people who have played the game think the process was an obvious that's a typo. The process was an obvious one, but lots of stress and argument were involved in this project. The entire idea was scrapped 3 or 4 times before we settled on its final version. It is ironic, then, that today, Villainous is far and away one of our most successful titles. It was also the most painful. Well, the more you know. This is still probably a Salos. No, it's not a Salos. Yay, I survived the Salos uprising. The Thalmor are trying to take Thalos away from us. More than just a man. Thalos is almost a god. Do not believe what the Thalmor tell you about him. We must fight for our right for religion. I don't really sound like that dude who's always telling you in Whiterun that Talos, like, go Talos or go home. I sound more like various other Nords in Skyrim. Which, speaking of, is on the Steam Summer Sale right now. Yay! Shameless plugs. If only I were getting paid to do that. I'm so low on health, I'm practically dead. That would make me... Okay, so I'm a giant with endomorphism, which makes me fat. I'm doing pretty good at this game. This is a pretty sweet run, which makes it sick. And I only have 10 health, which means that I am fat, sick, and nearly dead. In-game, of course. Haha, I can make jokes about the name of a documentary. I don't even know what that documentary is about. It's all over Netflix, though. Okay. I'm about to go Mario World on this sucker trucker. No! Done in by a projectile. Practice fighting bosses using the architect. I don't even think she got to divine either. Oh yeah, she did. Well, it's time, looks like, for a money run. Spelunket with dwarfism and eidetic memory. And the spell, while it's not really so much the same, the dagger spell is worse than the Chakram spell, but I'm still gonna take it. It's money run time. Clear every room in the castle. Also, take off all my blood gear. Yeah, this actually is a vast improvement. Do I have anything that's better than what I'm currently wearing that I... Knight, okay, so Knight is worse than Silver. In this case, at least. Wait a minute, are these Knight limbs? Are they? I don't think they are. They don't look like it. Oh no, they're the silver limbs, that's right. That's what I was just looking at. I feel like I am a dumb. You have new vampire rune for my helm that would replace my vault rune and take away my ability to double jump. Yeah, I don't really want that. I think I should be able to afford the blood legs now, though. Oh, yeah, I already bought those earlier. I've bought the full set of blood equipment, but I'm still unable to fully equip it, I think. I don't know if my equip has gone all the way up. But with this 853 gold, I shall give 82% of it to Sharon. So I'll have like 100 gold. Something like that. 154. Nice. Money run. And viewers, if I start trying to kill enemies instead of, like, if I start focusing more on killing enemies than I'm focusing on clearing all the rooms and finding money, you let me know. You tell me, viewers. You scream at me through your monitor where I can't hear you. Maybe you'll be able to convince me to stop taking stupid risks. Let's destroy everything. I'm gonna clear every room of everything. And I suppose fighting enemies is sort of a requirement of doing a money run. Just if I find a mini-boss, you stop me from fighting him. Or her, depending on what the mini-boss is. You do not let me fight a mini-boss. At least not until I've cleared every room in both the castle and the forest. Yay, money. Money, 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 money. And now, hopefully I can get enough money for the air randomizer. If not, then my next purchase is going to be, if I can get enough money for it, the gold gain up. Let's try to avoid taking senseless damage. Or even sensible damage, for that matter. Oh, man. Suddenly I sort of feel like I'm gonna throw up. Not from being sick or anything, I just sort of feel like I'm gonna throw up all of a sudden. It's weird. But about my hiatus, I haven't really mentioned that. The reason why I've been gone for so long is, I mentioned it in my last video. I had relatives over, and I was gonna try to keep that from preventing me from recording, and it did for the most part. But the last few days, I forgot to record, and so didn't have a video. Also, being one of the most introverted people I know, I really needed, sorry, just bumped the microphone. I really needed some time to just, you know, recharge my batteries after all that socializing. It was like 4 straight days of socializing, because they were visiting. Like, full-on visit. And, like, yeah, sleeping here and whatnot. And so, for the past, like, 3 days, I've just been sort of sitting in my room, being introverted and recharging my batteries. And I feel like I'm back and fully ready to take on the world, take on the day. But, you know, I could not be. Like, I forgot that I muted my microphone to do something else earlier. What was that? What was that? What was that? That was bad. That was bad, and I should feel bad. That was bad, and I should be ashamed. Money's not worth losing health over. On a minor, at least. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me in the bosoms. As opposed to, you know, in the bottom. Well, anyway. Looks like this was a dead-end room. The poor fella was impaled by spikes. So I got an awesome new idea for an RPG, and it'll be a lot... what was that? That was dumb! It'll be a lot simpler to make than the really, really, really long RPG that I've had in mind for a while now. And it's just a story idea. It's a basic idea. I haven't really fleshed it out. What the heck? There's apparently some sort of gray chest in here. Oh, I see. Wait a minute. Is that what these are all about? Like, these ones that don't go anywhere? Do they actually have, like, chests in them? Yeah, they do. What do you know? Found a haste rune. I don't really know what that's useful for. I think it just increases your speed. I thought I could make it under that, but I couldn't. I'm taking way more damage than I need to be taking. I need to go back into full dodge mode. Yeah, that's what we'll call it, full dodge mode. So, in case I've mentioned my diet before, I've been on a diet, like, for the past 60-some days, and it's chugging along pretty well. I've lost quite a few pounds, and it's still doing just great. So, if you actually cared, then there you go. That's something that's happening in my life. And if you didn't care, well, too bad. This isn't your tube. This is my tube. Senseless damage. This room is my death. I'm not even making that much money. I'm just doing terrible today. I need to stop not playing Rogue Legacy for a long time, because every time I do that, when I come back, I'm just awful. Some Charlotte's getting out of range. No. I really don't want to take damage here. Oh! Jeez. I was looking away from my screen for that one. That was just pure luck. Luckily, I do still have one vampire rune up, so that's enough to slowly regenerate my health. That and various turkey legs found throughout the castle. It's a good thing I'm stocked up on chicken. I found this one in a chandelier. That's a quote from the, from one of the thingy-hoosers. Let's go to the previous room and get down with our bad selves. Get out of that room. Be safe. Live long and prosper. Ooh, that was awful close. Now, hopefully, with the few minor changes that I've made, I'll be able to record these videos, render and upload them a lot faster, which means I'll have more time to play my own other games off to myself, record some other games maybe, get some content on my channel other than the daily Rogue Legacy videos. That'd be nice. Yeah, you like projectiles? Well, I like them too, so take that. No. There's only one more, like, available path in the castle, and that's way back at the start. So, way back at the start I go. This run's proved to be not as profitable as I would have hoped. But, you know, a profit's a profit, it's a profit. Whoa, and all that. Ooh, too low. Well, my target was too low, I mean. And I'm just gonna ignore it instead of trying to kill it. Spike traps. You know what would be great? If I had peripheral arterial disease in the game. Not in real life. Anything that ends with disease in real life probably isn't that great. But in game, it would be totally great. Because then I'd be able to go through and collect all this junk. How about there are those little platforms there in case you think that you somehow can't run across spike traps in time. My health has been regained rather nicely. A room with 2 chests, that must be the boss room right up there. I don't see any discolored tiles here. Yeah, no. To the boss room. To get money, cash money. Now that I've eaten so many chicken legs in game, real life chicken legs sound pretty good. Man, that'd be awesome. Not making a lot of money. It's bad news, Brian. Oh yeah, a healing shrine. Thanks, I needed that. It really feels like they don't just make you smaller when you get dwarfism. It feels like they size up the rest of the castle. I don't think they do. I might take some screenshots later, you know, prove that up or whatevs. But for now, what say la vie la vie. Actually, I don't even know what la vie means. I think say la ra la ra, or que sera sera is whatever will be. Nope, no time for the Maya. Oh man. Yesterday I wanted to look up some Latin, but I completely forgot to. So if any of my viewers, you know, happen to be Latin buffs and they can tell me what this is, I'm gonna look it up on Google anyway. But if you want to tell me in the comments, what is the Latin for beauty and simplicity? Because it sounds like it would be a nice phrase to use. It'd be a nice thing to get started. So, you know, if you want to be part of the newest fad that's sweeping the nation, join the beauty and simplicity fad. Everyone believes that beauty is in simplicity. Oh, that's not entirely true. For instance, I still think Apple is annoying. But beauty and simplicity does sound like a good thing to say. Enemies in here that I do not want to tango with. There are some Johnnies in here that I do not want to tango with. Johnny Tango. Johnny Blessed. Sim sim salabim. All this money and no one to spend it on. It's a shame. Da 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 da. Why do scouts always die in one hit? Like, feels like even at the very beginning of this game, scouts were always dying in one hit. We've got 2 skelebags left. What's on the map? Where have I not been? One place down there, which leads to a chest, which I'll head back to. I'll count the rooms on my map real quick. From here, it is 4 rooms away. From there, it is 4 rooms away. But teleporting would take longer than just walking there, so I'm just gonna walk. This room is huge. It's outrageous and crazy. Can't believe it. I've almost cleared the entire castle. I also can't believe how little money comparatively it's earned me. Once you get this many heirs in the game, really the inflation prices get so high. Charlottes. 2 Charlottes. I wouldn't say there's a lot of them. I wouldn't say that there's like a Charlotte ton or anything. But a couple of Charlottes. So I've been watching a lot of cult classics recently. And, well, not really a lot. I've watched like 2 in the past little while. And some of them not really so much cult classics as just, you know, classics. I'm missing some block discoloration somewhere. I'll have to go up and over and see if it's up there. Probably is. And it'll be a fairy chest. I'm not seeing any block discoloration here. Huh. None here either. Perchance in this room? That's weird. I don't see any way of getting to that chest. So I'm just gonna take the teleporter to the forest. And if you saw the way of getting to that chest, viewers, and you're raging at me right now, well, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. To the forest with me. Teleporter going up. I really haven't played many games at all recently. Been so busy playing this one and also not doing much of anything. When my one cousin's over, he seems to always want to play the Xbox 360, so I played a couple of Call of Duty games while he was here. That's about the extent of games that I've played in the past couple of weeks that aren't Rogue Legacy. So, I'm kind of thinking about buying Kerbal Space Program, but at the same time kind of not. Oh hey, that was a nice fall. Because, I mean, it looks fun, but I don't know if I would find it worth the money, really. If you could, you know, like... Also, viewers, if you would like to recommend some games for me to play that you'd like to see me play, I've got the money to buy maybe one or two, depending on the price now, so... If there's any particular game that you've just been dying to see someone play, but nobody on YouTube seems to be playing it, well then, give me a call. And by give me a call, I mean like write in the comments, hey, ever consider playing X game? And no, I have never considered being in the X Games. It sounds horrible. I would hate to do that. So many earth swords. These things are so annoying. I just hit one in the face with the dagger. Well, you plainly saw that, but... You know, if I didn't talk about what I was doing, what kind of bad Let's Player would I be? A different kind. Oh, hey, a discolored block. I wonder if this will lead me to any secrets. Like secrets of mana. Nope. Just a shortcut. These are called Furies. The one in the mine are called Rages. Because the battle rages on. And I have this weird taste in my mouth. Like I just ate some sort of terrible frozen dinner that was like frozen and then defrosted, but it had freezer burn, and then it was cooked wrong in the microwave. How I know that taste, I'm really not sure. I can't think of any time that that's ever happened. Oh, no. Unfortunately, no. None of that. It's a real shame. Oh. This one just shoots double the normal amount of fireballs. It's not even that tough to deal with. I spent a lot of mana, though. I've, like, spent a spell sword's amount of mana. But hey, it's kept me alive to get all this money. Speaking of all this money, where else can I go here? You can go down, down. What's gonna be down? Lots and lots of chests immediately below. And the other path has lots of chests too. Huh. I guess the other path is the path that continues through the forest, and this path is right above the Land of Shadows. Tall guards are easy to deal with because they're so stupid. If tall guards were smarter, I get the feeling that a lot less adventurers would be making it through this castle. Like, if there was a room with two tall guards, and they both watched each other's back, they, like, would not die, pretty much. Oh, wait, no, there's another exit down here. So my earlier comment about Land of Shadows is probably wrong. It's probably still this path, just... There's, you know... really don't even know what I was going with when I said just. Oh hey, mini-boss. Not that big of a mini-boss, really. One that I'll beat my way through. It's like playing Asteroids, only only with fire. Oh, the fire resets when you leave the room. Also, each of the little enemies gives you a health back, so every time you kill the little ones, they give you 2 health back. That's nice. I am so gonna die fighting this thing. But hey, that doesn't really matter. Come on, jump at me. Come at me, bro. I might actually survive this. But probably not. Alright, I survived.
You get a cool t-shirt that says, "You survived the robot uprising."
Well, there wasn't even a lock on this fairy chest. Grace rune. If I want to lower some levels, then I might be able to do that later. I wonder if Claptrap ever did say what I just said. And the win. Because I just sort of made it up. But if Claptrap ever actually said that, that'd be, pretty nifty. Because I just unintentionally quoted him. That'd be nice. Ooh. Earth soars. Why do you exist? You're just an annoyance. No! 24 health left. Make it out alive. Come on, make it out alive! Oh! I looked away from the screen for a couple of seconds. It's time to move over. Well, that was a nice long money run. And we'll choose our heir, spend our money, and then I will leave you. Jarvan the Third. So close. And Bilivis is actually really good with a Chakram, so I'll do that. Ooh, can't quite afford this. How much is this? 5,670. But I can afford gold gain up. So, let's get that. And new rune, it's the Grace rune. I can toss chakrams out of my butt, which may be the name of this episode. It probably will. I was planning on calling it 2 What Happened to 3, but I can shoot chakrams out of my butt just seems like such a better name. What other new rune have you for me? Oh, the Grace rune. What rune did I look at before then? Was it oh, haste rune. Increase your base move speed. Well, that's it for today, viewers. I've been ManicTheNobody. You've all been my viewers. I'm shooting chakrams out of my butt, and until next time, I will... Off to see you later.